All right, my name's Laurel Lamont. I represent Upward Community, the local economic workforce, and I am here in honor of Women's History Month. I spoke at the Ready Commission, and now I'm going to speak at City Council. I want to talk about my tactic. I'm often criticized for my tactics because I guess holding our city representatives accountable and stating facts is considered aggressive. Well, I'm an agitator, and if somebody tries to reel me in, they're just going to wind me up. So I want to share a little bit of context to what got me to where I am today. 2017 is the first time I showed up at City Council. Shortly thereafter, a few years passed, Zach, you were elected into office, and I spent a couple of years attempting to have conversations with you. And we would just sit alone in your office for a number of them. I had to take off work to have these meetings. Then eventually I brought people on board and we would meet with city staff, but we were running circles. Nothing was happening. It felt like I was being placated. So I enlisted 6 women, educated women, some of them running for office, and I proposed to you, can I please bring these women to the table? And they had a wealth of information on housing, on government, on local municipalities, and your words, verbatim, were, I feel very uncomfortable with this, Laurel. I feel very uncomfortable with this. You felt uncomfortable meeting with 6 educated women on housing. I asked you why. Why do you feel uncomfortable with this? And you said to me, I just feel uncomfortable with this. Then you proceeded to give me permission to choose one woman I could bring to the table to talk about housing in the interest of productivity and not wasting my time because I don't get paid for this. I had to take time off work to have these meetings with you to find housing for the local economic workforce. You believed that the rent was so high because of STRs. STRs, for everybody, that's staycation rentals, right? Well, we got rid of those. Rent is still exceptionally high. I did tell you that it wasn't going to make an impact on rentals.
Hi, I'm Melissa Bourbonnais. I am here with Upward Community. As you know, we advocate for the local workforce. We seek to create or collaborate with a city that's willing to listen and do the work, a path to attainable home ownership for those full-time workers that are part of why this city thrives. To add on to what Laurel Lamont just shared, we receive constructive criticism from our supporters, constituents in the city, and we're open and we listen to that criticism. One constituent recently reached out to me and he said, Melissa, I listened to you, I listened to Laurel come to city council meeting after city council meeting with a slew of criticisms. Why not take some solutions to council? Why just go up there and constantly complain? And I said, I'm glad you asked because that's a legitimate question. And for anybody that knows Laurel and I, we're very pragmatic. We're not interested in warm and fuzzy words for the sake of feeling good. We're not interested in you coming up with some magic wand to house the whole workforce. So long before there was an Upward Community, Laurel Lamont was doing her homework and she was seeking real solutions to the housing crisis for herself, for her son, and for her peers, for her coworkers, for the workforce that all of us depend on so we can get gas and get our groceries, so we can get our cars washed and fixed when they break down. We depend on the workforce, and in words, we talk about how we appreciate them. During the pandemic, we talked about how essential they are, how they're heroes because they're continuing to do the work, while those of us that are more privileged get to stay home and stay safe. So before there was an Upward community, she came to the city with information, with a wealth of information, with a colleague who was a former businesswoman who successfully established workforce housing for her employees. And that colleague brought details and plans and had meetings with the city. And no action was taken. She's come, and we have since come to the city with CLTs, with research books on the part of city planners, engineers, professors. So what I told that constituent is there's no point to come with solutions if the city won't even acknowledge there's a problem, if the city won't respond to our questions, if the city won't take action, even action that's in the housing element, then there's no point.